Hello friends, welcome to my channel Sushant Chesswise. Today we are continuing with the topic of material and time, like we discussed in the previous lesson, how to decode the importance of time and material. See, in the opening, most important factor is development, and of course material is somewhat important. The king safety and activity are higher importance as compared to material. As you can see, this position is the critical one with white to play, which is last move. Black has attacked the b5 bishop and the d4 pawn with his queen. The position looks like decent for black because see, although the black king is in the center, black has three developments. Okay, so we have to ascertain what should white do in order to get his development rolling. Can he surrender the d4 pawn? Can he trade material for gaining more activity? So the main factor here is by the time black takes d4, how much development can white get? So that is all about grasping or grabbing the initiative. So this is how white thought. See, most players here do what? They go with the line bishop c6, bc, and see, after some time, even if you play d5, black will ignore cd, dd and just go nf6 and see next move castle. See, black's bishop will become powerful, and in fact we will say that black is clearly better. Development, white couldn't make much of it, and it's bad position. Many students recommend the move knight c3. Okay, see, white has two moves in hand, right? So after knight c3, what he sees? Knight d4, let's go be3, attack the knight, and now see here black can do e5 I feel, although very risky. e5 will allow nd5, but nf3, queen f3, and see qa5. This position also I feel is super good compensation for the pawn, but white is not winning. Still the center is closed. Black hopes to play e7 castle, and at worst he will give up the d7 pawn. That is what he can do. So this I showed you to make you understand this position. Already white is doing absolutely fine. See, the rule says if there are three developments for the pawn, then we need not worry. That is hardly a sacrifice. Okay, white found a terrific move here, knight a3. And see, the point is that he identifies the weak square d6. d6 and f6 are weak because black has played see both e6 and g6. And now see what he is going to do with the time here. He has two moves, right? Now the one he played, and after knight d4 he will have one move. So he uses the tactic knight d4, knight c4. See, typical tactic. If queen takes b5, knight d6, fork. So knight f3 check forced, queen f3 as compared to the knight on c3. Look at the knight on c4. Way better, and see the position is now collapsing, almost losing. If q d8, then nd6 check. Game gone. Only move qc7, and this happens to be another critical position, I would say. How would you evaluate this position? Do you think of it as white to play and win? And if yes, how would you play? So do spend some time in this position. I would say it is almost winning for white. White should look at the only strong candidate, see bishop f4. Some recommend e5. So e5 is very interesting, but it's not that great because be5 and e5, queen e5, b5 hangs. So white looks in the move bishop f4, forcing e5, otherwise nd6 wins. And after e5, this is the point. Can you spot a win for white? Do you sense that? Because see, as per the rules we discussed, already development is see 5 developments white has. 2 bishops, knight, queen, the f1 rook. Black has only 2. Plus the move is white's. So already everything is superseding here. So white finds the move ne5. Bishop e5, white had to see rook c1. Q d6 allows rook f d1. So q b8 only move. What would you do as white here? White found the finishing moves here. See rook c8 check. All black pieces are stranded. So he wins back the material. As I always say, huge activity will snatch material by force. All we have to do is when taking the material, not to surrender all the activity. So be5, f6 forced, otherwise the rook was trapped. And white has seen everything here. bf6, nf6, queen f6, rook f8, rook was struggling, and here comes the finishing blow. Queen e6 check, kd8 and rook d1. This move missed by many, but see, time to resign because rook f7, queen f7, and if any other move, rook d7 mates. So black chose to resign here. This was a short example showing you the interrelationship between time, material and activity of pieces. Do let me know how you found this lesson in the comments below. Thanks for your time.